if you're born and raised in the city of Brockton, you know, you kind of feel like you always have to defend it, you know, because I'm 37 and like I remember all the good things about Brockton. I remember where my first job was, on the south side of Brockton, when the south side of Brockton actually had things on it. There was this clothing store called Mary Ann's, and I thought it was like the best thing ever. You know, all of a sudden having my first job and, you know, all that stuff. You know, now Brockton, it's like in some ways it's better, and then in some ways not so much. You know, and the sad part is, you know, for people like myself who lived in Brockton a really long time, you get to a point where you kind of just start to look at everything and say, do I really want to stay here? Do I really want to live here the rest of my life? You know, because you start to see what's on the news. You start to like look at the reality of the situation, and it's just awful. It's just, you know, you hear about shootings every day, and you know it's not the real people of Brockton doing this stuff. You know it's not the good, hard-working people that have lived here forever, or even some of the new people that have moved into town. You know, it gets to a point where, you know, Brocktonians, you have to make this decision. You have to decide, are you going to take back your town? Are you going to let Brockton be one of those cities forever and ever and ever that is just going to be a city riddled with crime? That is just going to be that city that is that stigma that's always in the news. That despite the fact that it has one of the best high schools in the country, people don't care. They don't care. They just say, well, you know what? Brockton's a bad town. Do you want that? Do you always want that? I don't. But I don't want to live in a city anymore where I have to be scared just to go to the grocery store. So that's my question for my fellow Brocktonians. What are you going to do about this? Like, this is serious. This is like no joke anymore. Like, we need to take back our town. We seriously need to do something. And don't get me wrong, the cops, they do all that they can. But now it's a matter of us, the citizens, doing something. And we have the power to do it. Don't think that you don't. You have everything to do with whether or not you're going to let this city go to shit. Are you going to let it go to shit? Are you going to let your kids fear walking from your house to the school? Do you always want to have to drive your kids everywhere? Shouldn't they be able, like any other town, to like walk to their friend's house and stay out till the sun comes, you know, goes down and then like, you know, whatever, like just how it used to be when we were kids? I don't know. Maybe it's a different time, but it's kind of sad, if you ask me. That's all I had to say, you know? Maybe we just should all up and leave it for the criminals. Let them all have at it. But my opinion is we should fight for our town and get rid of them all. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. See you guys later. Love you. Bye.